Hi guys, Josh here from Know Your Discs, and today I'm going to be answering the question of how many molds should you carry in your bag. Now there are two trains of thought on this, and you've got high-level players on both ends of the spectrum. Now, I carry one driver mold, and that's just because of consistency, but you have people like Paul, Simon, Philo, all do this. They carry very minimal amounts of molds in their bag. And what this does is it keeps a consistency in the grip of the disc. They like the disc, how it feels in their hand, and they like how it flies. And one thing that enables them to do that is because a destroyer, brand new at 600 feet of power, can flip over. So not all of us have that luxury. So the other good thing is that when you have that disc and you're not swapping out discs, you're just beating them into different weighers, you get really comfortable with that disc. And so, for example, this is my flippy destroyer, and if I know exactly what it does. I've had it for years. The downside is if I lost this destroyer, it'd be very hard to replace, and I'd have a chunk missing out of my bag. So that's what I'm sacrificing with the comfort of the grip and the familiarity of it. Now on the other side is Nate Sexton and Big Germ, players like that, where they carry a large variety of molds, and what they do is they say, what shot do I need in my bag? I need something that I can hyzer flip on a forehand 400 feet. And so Big Germ grabs the Champ Shrike, and he takes stock molds, new molds, that fly the way that he likes them when they're brand new. And what that allows is, if you lose the disc, it's not a big deal. You just throw it back up, and you know pretty much how they fly. The downside with that is that, one, you lose the consistency of grip. So if you have a grip on a disc that you really like, you have to try to hold on to it for a long time to beat it in, which they don't have the luxury of doing all the time. And two, there are slight differences in runs. So it can, one sidewinder that they get could be a lot flippier brand new than another one that they get brand new. So it's kind of like a short game trade, because what's going to happen is if they lose one, throw one in the water at a tournament, then they've got to replace it with a backup. It might not fly exactly the same, but they've also got a lot of discs at their disposal. So neither side is wrong. They're just two different, it's trade-offs. So whatever you think is best, and just what works for you. So just find what slot you need filled in your bag. If you don't think that you can keep up if you don't think you can keep a disc for a long time and beat it up, then it might be better to go fill that slot with a stock disc, brand new disc that does what you need it to do. If you think that you have the luxury of finding different runs, like I've got a brand new destroyer that's going to be really beefy, and then I've got an old pre-Avery destroyer that's going to be flat, and it does what I want it to do. So, but I'm not going to be able to do that forever, because eventually pre-Averys are going to run out. If you think that you have a large stash of something in an older run that you like, then maybe you can afford to do that. So that's it for this little quick tip. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and remember that knowing your discs is half the battle.